you into my loan report, people, where I spoke about players. Now, Mark Mcguinness, he's a centre-half that's gone out on loan to Ipswich Town. This is all the games. I haven't been across all the games. I'm only one man and it's been locked. But from what I've seen, he looked good in the 2-1 victory over Burton. I'm sure you've all seen his drag backs and him bringing out the ball. He's looking like Ronald Koeman and Beckenbauer in that, calm under pressure. I think he's doing well for Ipswich. He did in that game, and like he's been there, he has shown some naiveties, while I think he's got the core to be a decent player and have a career. Sometimes he can make rash decisions. Sometimes in the build up to goals, he does make the wrong decisions and he can be a bit naive off the ball. In what I've seen from Ballard for Blackpool, he did very well against Accrington Stanley. They kept a clean sheet and they had to weather the storm. There was large periods where it looked like Accrington Stanley were going to score. And Ballard's another one whose stock's rising. And I know there's going to be 8 centre-halves. There's 8 centre-halves on our books. And some are going to leave. And I do think it might be wishful thinking for any of these young players in Medley, Ballard, Mcguinness, Clark to get chances next season. And I think they all should put themselves in the shop window. I think Ballard is someone that could get a move. If he stays fit, he went on loan to Swindon last year and injury robbed him of some real development. But him and Mcguinness are going to get moves, in my opinion. Listen, forget Eddie and Nketiah. We've got Tyrese John-Jules. I love this guy. He's had sadly, like his Lincoln loan spell, he's had an injury, but he still managed to have 9 appearances and 3 goals and 2 assists. He came on in the latest game, he came on as a second half substitute against Burton, and he did quite well to put himself around in these 23 minutes. He's also bagged against Hull and Northampton since returning from injury. And in recent weeks, he's got an assist. It might not have been the Burton game. The game before Burton, he got an assist. So yeah, he's had a hand in 5 goals in 9 appearances. Hopefully he stays fit. Medley's been having a good loan spell at Gillingham, but in the last couple of weeks, from what I have seen, he did not feature against Accrington as he was on the bench, and the same went for Rochdale. Trey Coyle's manager said he's 80% fit, and that might be why he hasn't played of recent as well. He was on the bench against Rochdale and didn't come on. I personally think Matt Smith is going to go a long way in the game. I think against Doncaster, he misplaced a couple of his passes, but it still showed some consistency and was still one of the best Swindon players on the field. I think he did much better in the 2-2 draw against Charlton. It was his ball that led to an assist as well, from a corner. And he also won the ball back in the build-up to the first goal Swindon scored. And I believe, like Ballard, Smith will have a lot of offers potentially from League One and Championship teams. Now, Bowler is someone that needs to put himself in the shop window, as it isn't going to happen for him here. He got 27 minutes against Gillingham. They were already 4-1 down at the time. And it appears that since, I can't remember the game, but since he was substituted at half time, he needs to earn his spot back into that team. And that's been quite hard for him to do, people. Away from that, you have James Olienka. He came off injured in the 1-1 draw against Mansfield, but he scored. And I believe in his last couple of games, he's got 2 and 3. And Southend, apologies if I said Southampton, Southend are in a mad relegation battle. So, he's got to stand up to be counted. And again, people are fighting for their careers. And sad to see, I don't know the status of Olienka's injury, but I think he's doing all he can to show that they can have faith in him. Clark got 90 minutes against Newport, and he was quite busy, and he looked comfortable at that level. I was very impressed with Ben Shafe, people, really and truly. Against Huddersfield, I think he struggled. He gave the ball away a bit needlessly at times. 6 out of 10, as I said, based on what I saw. But I think he had a very good game against Sheffield Wednesday. He played 83 minutes. He put his body on the line in that defensive mid spot. He kept things ticking. He stayed tidy on the ball when he can. I think he put a shift in, man. He did all he could. And there was an incident, like I said, he blocked Josh Windass early on from scoring. So it was a good performance. And again, Ben Shafe is someone that I think is not going to get a chance here, really. So he needs to put himself in the shop window. Mavropanos got 53 minutes against Union Berlin, and he was an unused sub against in their last game against Wolfsburg, or was it Werder Bremen? I always get them teams mixed up, but he was, from what I checked. Guendouzi, again, I would love him back at the team. Still needs to improve defensively. It was okay on the ball against Freiburg, but it was a poor performance for everybody involved. And he played in the 0-0 against Mainz. So again, I guess Arsenal are hoping that he puts himself in the shop window. I don't know what's going on with Torreira, but they played Cardosa in the Copa del Rey, and he got an assist and got 90 minutes. However, in their 3-1 victory against Elche in the league, he did not play. And despite the fact that in Spain you can make 5 subs, he still didn't come on. So I don't know what he needs to do or what he's not doing to get in Simeone's books, but it's not gone the way I thought it would have been. Now, finally, if we